All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here with now. This is funny because I'm gonna pronounce her name wrong on purpose because she always corrected me when I say Deidra. She'd be like, "No, Q," like it. So I'm gonna call her D. All right, I'm gonna call her D for now. But I'm here with D. She's a student of Blitz for Profits, and thank you, D, for joining us. Can you let everyone know your first name? How do you pronounce your first name? Because I always tend to mess it up.
Yep, Deadra.
Deadra. All right.
Yes.
Deadra. Okay, short for D. I prefer D because it's easy for me to pronounce. So, anywho. So D, where are you from, and what do you currently do for work or living? What do you do?
So I'm originally from Boston, currently live in Charlotte, and I am currently a manager at Amazon.
Oh, okay. How long you been with Amazon?
Uh, 2.5 years.
Okay, 2.5 years. I got
Yeah.
this annoying bell that is going off because there's a trade that is telling me to take, and I don't want to do that right now. Hold on one second. Okay, there we go. All right, 2.5 years. Awesome. So Amazon, great. You're in North Carolina, right?
Yep, North
North
Carolina,
Carolina. That's
Charlotte.
Charlotte. How long you been living there?
A little over a year now.
Over a year now. You like it? Is
Yep.
it pretty mellow?
Oh yeah, I love it. Great
Okay.
to get out of the city I was born and raised in, but enjoy it with my sisters, my niece, and my nephew. So I love it.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, listen, I'm not going to waste any time. I really want to get into this little interview that I have set up for you, and I want to appreciate your vote of confidence in Blitz for Profits and willing to talk to me about your experience so far in day trading. When were you introduced to trading?
Uh, I've known about trading for at least like 3 to 4 years, just hearing some talk about it here and there.
Okay,
I never
okay.
joined a company or anything like that, but just hearing about
So you
it.
just kind of heard about it, over friends, family, different people. Okay. So
Yeah.
when did you decide to, I don't know, pursue trading, day trading, or investing? When was that turning point for you? Were you like, I'm gonna go from hearing about it to actually doing something about it? I want to try it out for myself. When was the turning point?
Um, I'd say maybe about a year and a half ago. My dad, he actually referred me to you. I think maybe I was at a church service or something like that. I think maybe he knew your dad or maybe one of the pastors that you of the church you was at, and he was just like, "Yeah, I met this guy Q, and he day trades on a daily." And so, like when he was talking to me about it, one of my biggest things that I wanted to do with trading was have somebody that's like actually trading and going to teach and gonna make some money. So
Mhm.
like that's where what I was hearing from him at the time. So I was like, with all the different companies out there and they're like, hey, just add on a friend and add on and you're supposed to build up this pyramid. I was like, no, that's not for me. I've done too many of those. So when
Yeah.
when he told me about you and that you built your own software and there's a software that like trades for you automatically, but when I finally got in contact with you and I just looked at your website and the different products you offered. It's kind of like crazy how like ours built because it's like at first I just wanted the software. I was like, yeah, I don't got time to trade. But
Yeah.
then I got the software and I was like, no, I want to know what's going on behind the software just in case I got to step
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
So we gradually build. But yeah, that's my backstory on when I really wanted to start trading and why.
Yeah, no, that's awesome because I know a lot of clients who they start with the software or they start and want to learn how to trade and then they
Mhm.
migrate over to the software because they're like, "Yo, I want more." And I think that's part of trading. Like it's somewhat addicting because you're like, "Man, there's so much opportunity here and
Yeah,
I want it all. Like I want to grab it. And
absolutely.
so with that being said, so you started off with the software, right? Um
Hmm.
what was your experience like? How did you get everything set up? Because if memory serves me correctly, you're still working for Amazon and you were setting up the software and you were trying to get everything established. But then I don't know, fast forward, you signed up for the one-on-one and then you transferred to trading one on. I'm like, what in the heck? Like, because I got confused
Yeah.
for a moment. It was like, okay, she got the software and she wants to learn how to trade manually. So which one did you actually like pursue the most? And which one are you currently actually doing? Because they both work, but I guess
Mhm.
everyone's a little different.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, when my dad was telling me about the software, that's what I initially went off of because that's what he went off of. So it's kind of like, okay, um, my thought process wasn't really like I don't have time, but it was like I wanted to try out the software, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And so I started off with that. And then when I realized, like, as we got set up with the software and I started asking more questions and things of that nature, that's when I was like, okay, I definitely like want to know more. Not only that, I have the time to learn more. So like I wasn't set up like with my dad, him being a pastor, he having like a lot on his plate just throughout the weeks. Like that worked for him. That was great for him at the time. And so for me, I had to realize at a certain point that I was like, I have the time and I want to know. And so let's see what Q has to offer. So I still have the software, but I ended up getting the lifetime subscription.
Mm-hmm.
And so that offers me with pretty much everything I need. I can have the software running, but I also get to learn on the back end. So then I get to choose sometimes if I want to turn off the software and I just want to play around and trade myself, I'll do that. Or if I don't want to be looking at the screen all day or anything like that, because
Yeah.
sometimes that gets a lot. So I'll turn on the
Yeah.
software. So it's just a balance of both. But they're both good for me.
Most definitely. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. You have the best of both worlds. And for those of you who are watching, the lifetime subscription pretty much includes everything. She has access to the software, lifetime membership, no membership, monthly membership fees, same thing. For the one-on-one training, she contacts me whenever she wants. Now, have you ever contacted me and I never contacted you back and say, hey, no, Aki, I can't, we get no, right? You've always
No.
been able to reach me, huh?
Hmm.
So
Yep.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool to be able to have that type of access, to a full-time day trader. Not everyone can say that they can just call someone who does this for real and
Right.
that person answers the phone, right? And they're able to help
Yep.
you analyze charts and all that good stuff. So no, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. So how do you manage your risk in trading and what steps do you take to minimize losses? Because we all know in trading, it's not always just ups and ups and ups and ups. Like people think when
Hmm.
they join the company, I'm just going to make so much money. I'm never going to have a loss. The automated software is going to do all the heavy lifting for me. Therefore, I'm going to be rich. But that's not
Yeah.
necessarily the case, right? So,
No.
how do you manage your risk and even emotions when you are day trading?
I don't know. I might be a little different because I mean, I've always been taught never to like risk anything that I can't afford to risk. So that
Mm,
was my mindset
that's
coming
good.
in. Like, um, don't risk your bill money, don't risk like your car note, like things
Wow.
like that. So it was kind of
Yeah.
like for me, um, I kind of I kind of switched my mindset. So I had the mindset of like, okay, this is money that I could lose. Like if I lost it, I'm not gonna be worried about it. I'm
Mm,
not gonna be sweating it because I gotta now pay this bill and things like that. So I actually like I gave myself room to lose money. I mean, my
wow.
mindset has always been you gotta spend money to get money. So
Uh-huh.
like I kind of try to put that mindset into it also. And then I think about the things that I do spend money on that gives me no gain or reward at the end. So yeah, that's my first mentality. And then like when I'm actually trading, um it's really a feeling. Like there's sometimes where I'm like, okay, I've done enough practicing. Let me go ahead
Yeah.
and get in and just
Yeah, yeah.
just put to what I've learned. My one-on-one trainings, put to what I learned and see how it goes. And then when I feel like, okay, I'm just risking off of emotions or things like that, I
Yeah.
I got to turn it off. Like I got into that
Yeah.
mindset where it's like, okay, you got to turn it off. Yeah, so those are some of the practices that I take.
Wow.
And then I wake up the next day, I brush it off, and we try to go at it again.
All right, go ahead again. I love that. You said something so powerful. I don't think a lot of traders really understand. I don't risk money that I cannot afford to lose. Because
Mhm.
oftentimes people come into this industry thinking that if I have my last $500 and I can put it in the account, I can grow it 10x. And that's not always the case, right? You
Mhm.
don't become a doctor overnight. You don't become a lawyer. This thing takes time. And
Right.
so I think that's powerful. And for anyone who's watching out there, don't risk money you cannot afford to lose, because you can lose it. Like, I've lost a lot of money trading. And people
Mhm.
think because I'm a trader, like, I don't lose. No, you will have losing days, and there will be opportunities for you to make the money back. But at the end of the day, how do you control your losses? How do you stay emotionally, I don't know, together? And that's my next question. Emotionally, when you have a loss, what's your process? What do you usually do? Do you have like a sport you go play, or do you go for a drive, or do you just like you get mad and go for a long walk, or you go for a bike ride? Like, how do you process a loss for that day?
Uh, I really don't think about it, to be honest. I mean,
Really? Okay. Okay.
like putting money in that I'm like kind of tricking myself that it's already gone or I've already lost. I really don't think about it, but I also like go back to the drawing board. Like if there's like I'll look at my chart and see like what I could have done better, or like I'll call you and I'll be like, "Q, I need a session. Like we got to go over some things." But I mean, outside of that, like I go about my normal day. I mean, there's all types of things that you can do, spend time with my family, just unwind, get something to eat, watch some TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try not to like sweat over it too hard. I guess I haven't gotten to that level where I've lost big money to where my
Woo,
heart drops. But
woo. Yeah, yeah.
but
I can share some stories, but yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. I haven't gotten there, and I'm hoping I don't. Definitely just try to keep the mindset. But I mean, there's all types of things that you can do, and one of the things that motivate me to, you know, just tell me it's all good and I'm okay is like I'll try to go back, look at the notes you sent me, and then I'll like hop on the like especially if I have a bad like trading day, I'll hop on the demo and I'll just like practice on
Mm,
the demo because
that's
obviously like
good.
if I'm not producing trading like my real money, then I need to go back to the drawing board and just get on
Wow.
the demo and try to, and that actually helps me with my emotions too, because
Wow.
it,
Wow.
even though I'm not spending real money, it'll show me exactly what I'm doing. Like I can tell myself when like, okay, you're emotionally trading, like chill,
Mm,
or
yeah.
like,
Dang.
get frustrated, things like that. So that's kind of
Wow.
where you make all your mistakes.
Yeah, no, I listen, I wish I had your level head and just being able to understand all of that, when I first started trading, because I was irrational. I was just greedy. I was ready. I was investing a lot of money, like risking a lot of money. And it really cost me. And so it
Mhm.
seems like your story is the story that everyone would really want to have when they first start trading, because you're
Yeah.
disciplined, you're poised, you're patient, and you don't let a loss dictate your entire day. I remember my first day losing $1,000. I was devastated, and I've
Mm.
lost a lot of money because I didn't control, my risk and all the other stuff. So I'm glad to hear that. Then you said something very powerful. You go back to demo trading. So that has helped you, would you say, in your trading journey? Just because some people think they always have to trade live. Like, I gotta risk my money, I gotta risk my money. No, go back to the demo account, build your skills, build
Yeah.
your mindset, whatever you need to help you process what you're doing, so that when you revert back to live trading, you'll be able to go in there with the confidence that you need. So I mean,
Hmm.
that's pretty awesome. I mean, so when you demo trade, what are you looking for in the market, and how do you build that confidence to get back into the live market to start making real money?
I trained myself into like one of the systems you taught me was the blow off tops and blow off bottoms. So like that was a system that like I'm really um trying to get down. Like I understand it, especially when one on one, you're showing me, I can point it
Uh-huh.
out, we're going through. But
Yeah.
then it seems a little different when you get
Real
off that
time.
one-on-one chain, that one-on-one training, and now it's real time. It
Yeah.
always seems like it's a little different, but It's not. It's the market in real time. Like when we're
Yeah.
on one-on-one sessions, we're reverting back to different trades. And that's something that I also had to remind myself, like we're kind of speeding up time going over those trainings and seeing the
Hmm.
chart. But when I'm in it, sometimes it's like I get a little impatient. So when I go on that sim 101 or the demo account, like I'm training myself to be patient and to really look for the blow off tops and blow off bottoms that you've taught.
Okay. And just for some of you who like, what is the blow off top and blow off bottom? It is a trading strategy that we teach here at Bliss for Profits, and it's pretty good. I mean, I remember one time you sent me a picture. You like, yo, Q, I made I think it was like $200 something dollars, $300 some dollars in one day just trading that signal, and you had the
Mm-hmm.
automated system at the same. I'm like, wow, that's incredible because it
Yeah.
works. Right? It really
Yep.
works. But it's like going to church. You feel all good for that Sunday morning and everything is great. And then Monday you get hit. You're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This
Yeah.
this is not what I was, anticipating. So but no,
Absolutely.
that's really good. So would you say the blow off top and blow off bottom signal, that trading strategy? By the way, my great mentor, the late great Dr. DVD, taught me that signal. That signal changed my trading career. He is no longer with us. He passed away a few years ago, but I'll never forget when I was literally at the end of giving up, throwing in the towel. I'm done with trading because I've lost so much money over almost about a decade ago. I've been trading, but it was one of those things where I was like, I don't want to trade no more. When you lose so much money in one day, and your wife is looking at you upside the head like, oh, you just lost our rent money. And I love what you said. Don't play with money you can't afford to lose. And that is
Mm-hmm.
huge, right? If you can't afford to lose
Yep.
it, don't trade it. Stay on the demo account
Mm-hmm.
until you are ready to transition live. But I remember he contacted me and he goes, Quentin, if you give me one session and I'm gonna show you this signal, and if you trade this signal, you're gonna make money. And I was like, man, I only got about $200 in my name. $200 in my name. He says, Quentin, I promise you, if you trade with me, I'll show you. And I was like, man, listen, okay, you know what? I invested the money, and this man D changed my life forever. That blow
Mm.
off top, blow off bottom signal, when you see it on the chart and it's just sticking out like a sore thumb, right? You're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's it. And that Bollinger Band is flat now. Oh gosh, you can mortgage the house on that, right? And
Yep.
so it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. So with that being said, how do you balance your day trading activities with other aspects of your life, such as work, family, and other obligations?
Um, I mean, at this point, like I'm still trying to balance it, but I do pretty well. So I like try to actively trade like myself on my days off from work. So
Okay.
my schedule, Amazon actually gives a pretty good schedule. So I'm off like 4 days out the week, and then like I kind of work on my weekends. So it kind of works with the trading schedule.
Okay.
So yeah, I just on my days off, I'll trade. Some of the times that you recommended was from like 9:30 to 1. I think that's how we set up the oh no, 1 no 9:30 to 3:30 or something like that, or 3. And
Okay.
so that was the automated program. So I kind of brought that to like when I live trade too.
Hmm.
I'll just try to set that time frame, and then it depends on how I feel. Like if I'm like, all right, now I don't want to stay in front of the computer, I'll turn on the automated system. But I mean, I have a pretty good balance. I don't spend too much time on it, but it's typically the mornings, and then I have the rest of the day to myself.
Okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So what is I don't know, everyday trading day look like for you when you get up in the morning? Do you go straight to the software? Because I was talking to another client the other day, and he was like, "Although I love the software, Q," he says, "I don't know why I just keep going to those charts myself, and I want to hit the buy and the sell, and it's just something about pushing those buttons." And I'm like, "Really? You would think that
Mhm.
most people would be like, no, I want to just trade with the software and let the software do all the work." What is it about, I don't know, just learning how to trade and being able to, I don't know, have the best of both worlds, but going in there yourself and hitting buy and sell and managing the trade yourself?
I think it's really like I think it's another different mindset where it's like I rather lose my money because I lost it than lose
Uh-huh.
my money because the system lost it when it
That's
has a
tough.
bad day.
That's tough.
So yeah, that's like, I don't know. I'm okay if I like, that's my fault. Like, I hit the bio, I hit the sell, and I didn't look at my chart. Like, I can explain to myself why I didn't win on
Mm-hmm.
that buy or sell. As to when I'm on the system, there's sometimes where it's like, why didn't it take that trade? Or you're thinking about all types of stuff. It's like, then
Yeah.
you're trying to go back, look at your settings, make sure you got the right settings, and then you're like, nah, I should have took that. Like, if that was me, I
Yeah.
would have took
You
that.
would
So
have
it's
took
like,
that.
you gotta take it in your own hands, be like, okay, I'm gonna pause on this, and then I'm gonna take what I take. And if
Yeah.
I lose, I lose. If I win, then
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
happy with that too.
Yeah.
So
Most definitely, most definitely. And that brings me to my next question. When you're trading and you're hitting the buy and the sell, is there any anxiety that comes over you? Is your heart kind of racing at because with me, I ain't gonna
yeah.
lie to you, like Mara, I feel like it's about to drop out of my chest. I'm like, oh shucks, like if this thing turn
Yeah.
around, it's coming for me.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, there's been some times where I've hit that buy or sell, and I'm like, dang, I should have never hit it. Like, something was telling me not to hit it. Or there's times where it's like, okay, this is the perfect time to buy or sell, and then I'd be like, okay, hold on, let's wait. And then I wait too late, and I try to get in. It's like, dang, I should have got in when I knew. So yeah, it definitely is. But you got to just stick to those practices and the teachings that you give, and really just being confident. And then I think the biggest part behind it is being able to explain to yourself, like, if you did lose, like, why you lost it, like
Hmm.
understanding the graph and the chart, and just really being able to read it to explain to yourself why, so that way you can apply that for the next time. And even when you win, being able to explain to yourself, okay, the Bollinger Band line was flat, okay, and then this was closed at 75%. Just different
Mm.
things that you're teaching us, being able to explain that on both ends is important. So I think that helps too.
Yeah, yeah, no, most definitely. No, that's all good. I'm sure everyone who's watching this video is going to really benefit from the advice that you are giving, because I tell you, like, I wish I was that patient and I understood the things you've understood at your level. Like, because at the end of the day, it takes years sometimes for people to become profitable. Like, I'm talking
Mhm.
about profitable in trading. And you only been trading for how long now?
About a year. Yeah, I
About a
think this
year.
is, yeah. Actually, I signed up at the end of January, so I'm a year in.
Wow, you are a year in. That's awesome. That is awesome. So it's never too late for anybody to join and to start their trading journey. Obviously, trading success doesn't happen overnight, right? And I'm sure over that year there's been a lot of some ups and downs and modifying the software and teachings, and I just want to thank
Mhm.
you for just being patient and staying with us, and trusting in what we do here at Bliss for Profits, because at the end of the day, D, you are going to the top, and I'm committed to your success and helping you do that. And so it's exciting to see you evolve over time, right? And I think
Yeah,
by the
absolutely.
end of, I don't know, end of, let's see, maybe June, July, your whole story is going to be different, because I have some exciting information that I'm going to be releasing. And because you are a lifetime subscriber, the program that I'm developing for the Forex market. Now, you've been trading a lot of futures, right? The futures,
Hmm.
the NASDAQ, S&P, that sort of thing. But now
Yep.
we have tapped into the Forex, foreign exchange market. There's a lot of hedging tools that we're going to be able to use. And all of that's going to
Awesome.
be accessible to you. And I'm just excited to hear, what you end up turning into that. So with that being said, two more questions and that's it. How has Bliss for Profits helped you in your trading journey so far, being a year in, knowing nothing about trading or hearing about it here and there? How has Bliss
Mhm.
for Profits, or myself, because I've been the one, really training you one-on-one and going back and forth. So how has we been able to help you with your career so far?
Um, I mean, the teaching aspect, my thought process when even hearing about trading was really like, I've seen people sign up for like other products and stuff like that, and I've watched them like hop on. But like I said, it's either like bring somebody in, and that's how you
Mm-hmm.
kind of like climb the pyramid. So they call them like pyramid schemes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But my biggest thing with not signing into those was nobody was actually teaching. It was like kind of
Mm.
a copy thing, like, hey, just
Yeah.
do what I do, or
Right,
like,
right.
no back end knowledge. So it's like I'm only copying what you're doing because you're doing it, but I don't really understand why you're doing it. And
Wow.
so when I joined your program, that was really one of the things that was important to me, like having somebody that I can really reach out to, that's going to answer the phone, that's going to answer my text messages, that's going to produce meetings, like sign me up for meetings, or just checking on me. Like there's a couple of times where you didn't hear from me for like a couple of weeks, and then you like, hey, what's up? How's it
Yeah,
going? And like
yeah.
kind of to check in there. So that was always good to have, and really just me understanding and learning. Because I am a hands-on person. So seeing that and being able to understand it. Because if I was just getting the information, and even if I was winning, I really wouldn't be like 100% satisfied because I don't know what's going on.
Gotcha.
So when I would talk to other people about it, or when I try to get like family members to think, like I can't really explain it. All I would be able to explain is like, oh, I'm making money. And yeah, some people want to hear that. Cool for them, but I'm just not that type of person. I need to understand what's going on in the back end. And so with your software, and you just having those one-on-one sessions with me, that really helped me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, no, I can remember many times where I've purchased other trading groups and wanted to be a part and see what they're doing. Because we're always trying to tweak and figure out who has the holy grail, right? And there
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes you cannot reach the CEO, you cannot reach the guy who started. Like they have a Telegram or a Discord, and
Yep.
you get the alerts, but that's it. So if the alert doesn't work, then how do you explain the trade that didn't work, right? Like that's
Right.
that's really tough. I think here at Bliss for Profits, I try to make myself as accessible as possible. And if you
Mhm.
need anything, contact me by email, and I'm on the phone. Like, no, let's do a meeting right now. And if I
Yep.
don't hear from you, like you mentioned, I will contact you. Like, hey, because I feel like you invested your money into the company. You should
Mhm.
get a huge return. Like, and we're not going to stop until that happens. And so I am adamant about that because I really want everyone to succeed. And I won't stop, until everyone does, whoever's involved with Bliss for Profits. And so that's awesome. My last question for you, Dean, I'm going to let you go. What are your future goals and plans for your day trading journey, and how do you plan to continue to grow and improve your skills and results with Bliss for Profits?
I say like my future goals. I mean, eventually I want to quit my full-time job and
Okay.
have like trade and replace that.
Okay.
And really be able to um my main goal, what it is, like I have sisters and like friends and family that, you know, either single moms, or they're willing to learn more and things like that. So my main goal is really to be able to train like single moms, same thing, like having that aspect to be able to trade, invest in themselves, learn, and dominate the market. Like
Yeah,
that'd be my future,
I like
like
that.
go with
Yeah.
that definitely.
Yeah, yeah, I like that dominate the market, attitude, because that's what we looking to do here at Blitz for Profits. Now, let me ask you this question: is it you think anyone with no experience can come into Blitz for Profits and learn how to trade? I mean, was it difficult, challenging for you to understand the system, set it up, or even the one-on-one when you started learning the blow off tops and blow off bottoms? Did you ever have that aha moment where it's like, oh, okay, this is clicking. I can do this,
Hmm.
because you didn't come from a financial background, right?
Right.
Where it's like, well, you was just grandfathered into this thing. And so you have all this knowledge, or you have a mathematical. People think for whatever reason that trading is so hard. And
Hmm.
that's our slogan on our website, is that trading has never been easier. Because I feel like
Yeah.
you can learn, and anybody can do this if they invest the time and they're willing to do that. Can you speak to that briefly?
Yeah, I mean, what you said, like investing in the time is really like what's important, because like for me, I had this habit of like just buying stuff and really not investing the time. Like heart is there, like, and I want to learn. I know I want to do more. I know I want to like be financially stable and, set a path up for myself and my family and things of that nature. So having the time is really important, and putting in the time. And so like when I actually like was dedicated, because like the first couple of months I wasn't, I was just kind of like, Q thought I was set up. He thought my dad and I were
Yeah.
dominating the market, and it just wasn't that. And then one
Yeah.
day it just clicked like, hey, you got to call this dude so that way you can get set up. And so I did, and I finally got set up. But that was me wanting to really get started. Like, yes, I put the money up for it and I did it, but I wasn't serious at first. And so once I really started putting my time into it and going to my sessions, and calling Q and asking questions that like things that I saw, that's where really like my return started to come in. And so like I just, yeah, you have to be, I wouldn't say like all in, but you need to be there. Like you gotta show up, you gotta practice, you gotta study, you gotta get on your demo account, like take the time. Like the longer like you don't take the time to do that, the longer it's gonna take you to really get on board. But if you do that from jump, I mean, there's no telling where it could take you. Like you can go as far as beyond.
Most definitely. And I 100% agree with you. And that's exactly what we're going to continue to do as we move forward. And so thank you so much, D, for this amazing interview. You are amazing. I look forward to growing with you and helping you to achieve all of your goals and dreams. Become financially free, independent, travel the world, do whatever you want to do. That is my commitment to you. It's on camera, all right, because y'all going to check back later this year and we're going to do another interview and y'all going to be like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, this is where she was
Yes.
here and now this is where she is today. And so let's continue to push. And I'm invested into your success. And so, with that being said, any last words before we get off the line?
No, just thanks for the opportunity. I mean, anytime, I'm willing to speak on your behalf and your company, your business. It's been a pleasure, like just to be a part of. So I thank you for the opportunity, and just keep talking about it, keep putting it out there because people are gonna come once they hear the word. So thank you.
Most definitely. Thank you, D. Thank you, D. You have an amazing night, okay? And we'll
You
talk
too.
later. All right,
Yes, sir.
thanks. All
All
right,
right, bye.
bye.